What we're looking at right now has a chance at becoming one of the biggest stories in Roblox's history. As you've likely heard, Florida's Attorney General James Othmeyer, the state's legal representative, has issued a criminal subpoena against Roblox. Following their initial subpoena that apparently uncovered info that led Florida to believe Roblox knowingly hosted predators, they've now launched a criminal subpoena. This means that the state of Florida has opened up a criminal investigation into Roblox and is demanding a lot of information from them. Florida wants to determine whether Roblox's actions, or lack thereof, are aiding predators in accessing and harming children with the info they demand in this latest subpoena. James Othmeyer also said in a press release that part of this has to do with collecting information on predators Roblox is aware of who reside in Florida. Roblox's long-standing history of questionable moderation practices that a lot of us in the community are aware of has led to this. The criminal subpoena demands 22 different pieces of information from Roblox, not all of which we'll go over because not all are too interesting, but some very much are. There are some pretty major ones that could reveal a ton of information to Florida about how Roblox handles cases of predatory behavior and inappropriate content. The info Florida wants only covers January 2021 to September 2025, so this doesn't span back to the days of Dark 1020's Boys and Girls Hangout. It still should reveal so much stuff to investigators given what and how much is being asked for, so sit back and get some popcorn because there's a lot we'll go over. All examples, drafts, and final versions of marketing, promotional, or advertising materials that reference, depict, or concern the platform's suitability, safety, or appropriateness for minors or child users, including representations made to parents, guardians, or the public regarding age-appropriate content or parental controls. All documents relating to the marketing of your platform to children involving promotions, giveaways, social media campaigns, celebrity or influencer endorsements, partnerships, use of cartoon imagery, music, or color schemes designed to appeal to children, as well as data-driven marketing practices involving surveillance, targeting, or behavioral personalization directed towards minors. All documents reflecting the policies, procedures, and technical safeguards implemented to prevent children from being exposed to mature, explicit, or otherwise age-inappropriate content on your platform. All documents supporting any statements, representations, or claims made in marketing or public-facing materials that suggest or imply your platform is safe for all ages, child-friendly, or otherwise suitable for children. All documents sufficient to describe the design, operation, and functionality of chat moderation, content moderation, and reporting systems on your platform, including human and automated review processes. A list identifying each report submitted through your platform's reporting mechanisms or internal systems by a user or parent alleging abuse, exploitation, grooming, endangerment, or other child safety violations. This list shall include the date received, the nature of the allegation, the account or usernames involved, any internal reference or case number assigned, and the disposition or status of each report, and the same in which either user or the alleged offender was located in Florida. A list identifying each instance in which a user or parent alleged abuse, exploitation, grooming, endangerment, or other child safety violations, and submitted written or verbal notice to Roblox Corporation, your platform, or any of its employees, agents, or automated systems, and in which the notice was then submitted to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, NCMEC, and Florida Abuse Hotline, Department of Children and Families. Documents reflecting the total number of accounts broken down by month that you have removed from your platform from January 2021 until September 2025 due to child safety issues as defined herein. Documents sufficient to describe your chat and game moderation capabilities. That's a lot of information Roblox legally has to hand over to Florida here that would reveal a ton of information that could be key in this criminal investigation. Obviously, a lot of this has to do with child safety and the measures Roblox takes or doesn't take to ensure safety for their most vulnerable users. A few of them are super similar to what was asked for in the first subpoena. However, a lot of them ask for additional or brand new info that could be extremely damning. The one that caught my attention the most, and probably a lot of yours too, was info on each report alleging child safety violations and their status. Every report sent through Roblox's reporting systems from January 2021 to September 2025 regarding a child safety violation and predatory behavior has to be handed over. This includes info in those reports like the date they were sent, the accounts involved, and the report status, which I assume means how or if it was handled. Part of that has to do with seeing how Roblox handled such reports and if they took action, and to gather information on predators in the state of Florida. The next demand can directly correlate with info from that, as it asks for each time Roblox sent a notice of such allegations to the NCMEC or Florida's abuse hotline. Pairing those two together could show Florida's investigators how, or if, Roblox responded to all reports of predatory behavior, and then if they reported them to those organizations. This is actually really important stuff, because it could possibly show that Roblox may have been ignoring reports alleging predatory behavior from its users. There are actually cases of predatory and illegal behavior from Roblox users in Florida who were reported through Roblox that could come up in this investigation. Kaneko Kitten, who is apparently from Florida, had serious allegations made against him starting in November 2023, which he admitted to, then again in July 2024. He surely would have been reported through Roblox, and I'm fairly certain I did, yet his account would not be terminated until September 3rd, 2025, under odd circumstances. It almost took 2 years for Roblox to terminate him after he admitted to illegal interactions with a minor, and he might have been terminated by a vulnerability, not over his allegations. What happened in that case, where someone at the least admitted to illegal interactions with a minor and was accused of even more, yet was allowed to stay on the platform? Were reports about him ignored? Did Roblox notify the NCMEC and Florida Abuse Hotline of his admission and allegations and forget to terminate him, or something else? It's highly probable that Kaneko Kitten and other predators we're aware of could turn up in this investigation if they were reported through Roblox like many were. Seeing how a lot of Roblox predators were not immediately banned or are still on the platform, it will be very interesting to see how this investigation turns out for Roblox. Who knows what Florida's investigators could find in those report logs about child safety violations and predatory behavior and how they were handled by mods. We sadly know from experience that a lot of child safety violations, including predatory users and dangerous games, were not quickly addressed or have yet to be. I cannot tell you how many times I reported people or games for child safety violations and how so many of them have seemingly gone unanswered. Teddy's condos that very clearly endangered kids and broke Roblox's policies were reported yet allowed for years. So what could that mean for this investigation? Reports against the game and content in it should come up in this investigation, and with so many seemingly going unanswered, how could investigators react to them? There's a lot of key demands in this subpoena, but the biggest one has to be the report logs in my opinion, because of how reports have seemingly been handled for so many years. All of this discourse surrounding user safety stems from questionable moderation, so Florida having access to a lot of reporting history could land Roblox in a ton of trouble. Unfortunately, it does look like this partially could be used to push those weird ID age verification laws that are being proposed, which sucks, but it doesn't sound like the priority here. Of course, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not saying Roblox is guilty. I just find it fascinating that people involved in a criminal investigation are getting access to Roblox report logs. Roblox has to respond legally by handing over the demanded documents, unless somehow protected, by around December 19th, but who knows if we'll ever get access to it. I doubt it because we haven't seen anything from the initial subpoena, and it took a while to get official word on how it ended up, so it'll probably be some time until this is sorted out. There is a possibility that Roblox could face serious punishment like fines or a statewide ban if Florida's investigators find anything really bad. It could be the most impactful incident to ever happen in Roblox history, depending on how Florida and Roblox handle everything. There's a chance nothing happens at all, but given this becoming a criminal subpoena and how James Othmeyer has talked about it so far, I'm sure we'll be hearing about it more. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below.